But in the back of my head, I was like, why did I let him post that? Like, what if he's trying to tell me that he wants to move on and he's trying to find a way to move on?
But there's so many examples of why social media ruined our relationship.
And that they were never gonna forgive me for it. And I was horrified. I was so scared. I apologized for lying, and I never meant to hurt him, but I was being lied on.
Like, I'm trying to remember how me and Zoe used to be back then, and all I can remember is that we never tried to make content. It was all natural, it was all fun and quirky. But now, everything has to be picture perfect, and everything just has to go everyone else's way. Like, we can't post what we want to post anymore.
Mistake, but it doesn't mean that you have to sit there and hate on me and tell me to kill myself and tell me that nobody's gonna want me. Just please leave me alone. Please just stop. I'm so over it. Please stop hating on me.
I think one of the things I find so hard to shoot about this series is like it's real. And I think it's hard for you guys to talk about because it's vulnerable. What do you hope that people get from this?
I hope they start to understand that we're like actually real people. Like, I want to be more real. I want to help people. You know, obviously with the relationship, they're gonna understand how to get through it. You know, they're gonna know by the end of the series. I just want them to understand the real me, and that's about it.
Are you scared?
Yeah, because now they're gonna know. But to the people who do hate us, like genuinely, you know, they think we're cringy. They think we're, you know, these fake kids. You know, they know we're not perfect. They get it. You know, some of them are grown up and they know that some of this can be an act. You know, obviously we show our true personality sometimes. I barely get to because of numbers and likes. Sometimes I don't want to be myself because you know, numbers and likes affects how I feel. You know that. It's all like, it's a dopamine thing. When I get a good post, it makes me happy. When I don't, it makes me sad, and I literally can't control it. We always thought social media would be our safe place, and in some ways, it was. But this safe place quickly became our home surrounded by walls. Walls we built in our hearts and heads to protect us from the harsh reality of this new digital world. I have spent so many times filming this exact part. When I'm done with it, I rewatch it and I'm like, that's not what I wanted to say. That's not what I needed to say. And it kills me because it is so hard to talk about this type of stuff and so hard to dig deep down, and I think I'm ready now. When I was younger, my parents were having such a financial issue and I wasn't making that much money. I was just beginning on social media. I was probably 16 years old and I hear my parents fighting and I hear my whole family arguing, and it's about money. My parents were having financial issues paying the rent, and there were specific reasons for that, and it all makes sense. But we had no way in making this much money in 2 weeks, and I was not gonna have a home. I don't even know how to explain it. I just went through so much as a kid, and social media helped me get through it so much. It showed me who I really was. It showed me that I could do something if I put my mind to it. If I had this dream in my mind, I would do it. When I was 15, I was a shy, awkward person that was too scared to talk to his own friends, that was too scared to raise his hand in class, that was too scared to be his real self. I needed a place for me to be me. I needed a safe place. And when I discovered social media, I didn't think that this was it, and I never thought it wasn't it, but it ended up being my safe place, and I got to make so many friends online, and I got to grow up from 15, 16, 17, 18, and almost 19 on social media, and it changed my whole world. When I was younger, I started off on YouNow, and I broadcasted on YouNow, and I did weird things. I danced and I twerked on my wall for literally no reason, and I vented to my friends that would watch me, to the 20 to 50 viewers that would watch me every single time. I could talk to them, and I could be what I wanted to be. I did not need to be shy. I could have been outgoing. I could have been whatever I wanted to be, and I was creating this persona that I've always wanted to be, that was truly always inside of me, and I finally got to bring it out. And I started to grow up, and I started to transfer into Musical.ly, and then I broadcasted on Musical.ly for 4 hours a day, and I started to gain this wonderful, amazing fan base. And at the same time, I met the love of my life, which is Zoe. And let me just say, social media impacted me so much. It impacted my whole life. Like, my world would never be the same, my life will never be the same. And it impacted me at the start for the better, and the past year has just impacted me, it impacted my life so much worse than I expected it to. I had this huge uprise, and then I just fell down last year. And when me and Zoe started to finally branch out our relationship and, be our authentic self and be real, like, that's who we wanted to be. There was no trying, there was no, let's make this TikTok and it'll get a bunch of likes. Let's do this video so more people would like us. There was none of that, right? There was this one moment where I started to realize that I wasn't being myself anymore, that I wasn't being authentic, that I wasn't being real, and I was just being this online persona that wasn't me. And it sucks to say that, but this is the true World of ZODY, and this is the truth. The more me and Zoe's relationship was public, the worse it got. When me and Zoe would fight, it would be out on social media. And now, I didn't just have to fix me and Zoe's problem in real life, our real relationship, but I had to fix what the viewers thought about me. If I called Zoe a name, I'd be like, I'm sorry I said this to Zoe, Even though it's me and Zoe's problem, it just made it so much worse, where if I had to go live, I went live sad. But what you guys saw was this happy smile, like, yo, what's up guys, it's Cody, like, back today on another live. How's your day going? Like, don't worry about me, like, how's your day going, My YouTube channel is no longer 24 hours in the pool, No longer being parents for a day. I want to be me, and I want to show you guys who I really am. I want to show you guys what I'm capable of. But in order for us to move on from this, we need to complete it. 2 years ago, when me and Zoe were uprising so much, we were getting so many views in, we were getting so many new supporters, and it was the best time of our life. It was so weird because me and Zoe were rocky at the time, and we would fight and argue here and there, and it got worse and worse, until the point where we couldn't show you guys our real problems because of how much drama it caused on social media. I started to post with Zoe when me and her were fighting, and we had to put on this fake smile, and it was no longer who cares about our relationship. We care about what the viewers think, and we care about what you guys like, and we want you guys to see this perfect online relationship, and in reality we weren't. It was scary, it was hard, it was terrible. Me and Zoe started to focus on our online relationship more than our actual relationship. And it just got to the point where we couldn't do it anymore. So we just put on this online persona of nothing could happen, there's no drama, we're happy. The more that we fall and push it away and act like it didn't happen, the worse our relationship got. For some reason, when me and Zoe would fight on social media and it would get out and we push our real feelings away for each other, our relationship got worse. And that is why social media destroyed our relationship. The hateful comments were everywhere. When me and Zoe would fight and it would get on tons of shady rooms that are so irrelevant, all we got was hate in those comments. There was no love. It was all hate because that's what a shady room is about. And it made me and Zoe feel worse about our relationship. I'm thinking, my relationship's toxic now. Everyone thinks our relationship is toxic because we fought so much. Zoe's thinking the same thing. But I'm like, I want to fix this. I want to fix our relationship. I want it to be real. And obviously it led up to the moment where we couldn't figure it out, and our relationship was so rocky, and there was nothing we could do about it. It was like, it was inevitable, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I saw it coming from a mile away. I saw both of us struggling, and obviously someone was gonna make the decision to, mess it up or break something up, and social media did this to us. If me and Zoe did not have an online relationship, me and Zoe would be completely fine the whole way out. Obviously, every single relationship has their real problems, but me and Zoe, we were fine without social media. When me and Zoe posted our first few Musical.lys, it was for us. It was our memories, our laughter, our love together. It was memories that we could look back right now, like 4 years from now, and be like, look at us. We were so cute, we were so happy. And it started to become a relationship where it wasn't for us. It was for you guys. If you guys wanted us to work out, we would work it out. But behind the cameras, it was never really like that. And we couldn't show the real us because all we did was get hate, and we got pushed back. And I am a real person, Zoe's a real person. And we had this beautiful, beautiful relationship that this hate comments destroyed, that this online social media thing destroyed it. Like, we had to hide. And that's why the past year you've seen me and Zoe perfectly fine. And me and Zoe are perfectly fine. There's not even no acting, but the content that we create, that me and Zoe create with each other or by ourselves, those are memories that we get to look back on. That's the thing. I was being real. I was being myself, no matter how much likes I got. The more we got into social media, the more numbers, the more views, the more people who liked us, it fed us. I literally ate that up. I became this person where I didn't care if my relationship was going bad or not. I wanted 150,000 likes on my new Instagram picture with Zoe. And that's me being real, okay? And I'm changing myself, and I am working so hard on myself, and I think I'm finally getting to the point where I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna post what I wanna post, no matter if it gets this many likes. You know, if me and Zoe are sad, me and Zoe are sad, deal with it. Me and Zoe are real people in a real relationship, and we're trying to get married, and we're trying to have a family, and we're trying to have kids, and we're just trying to be real. With not just you guys, but ourselves. Because if I'm being honest, I haven't been real with myself in 2 years. We put on this persona for so long, and no one even realized. We weren't on TikTok room for so long. Nothing was wrong with us for so long. People still hated us, but they couldn't say anything about us because there was nothing that they could say about that was relevant. There was nothing new. There was no new drama. And there was drama behind the scenes, but we can't show that anymore because we've learned that when we show our drama, we get hated on. But do you think every YouTuber has a perfect relationship? Every YouTuber couple? They're not perfect. No one is perfect. No relationship is perfect. Every single person has problems. Problems with social media, real problems in real life mixed with social media, it creates this blast where you just don't want to be on social media anymore. You can't control it. You can't control the hate comments. I don't even know how to explain it. I just went through so much as a kid, and it showed me who I really was. It showed me that I could do something if I put my mind to it. If I had this dream in my mind, I would do it. Social media impacted me so much. It made me this hardworking person. It made me independent. It made me not shy anymore. It made me be able to have a voice and speak what I wanted to speak. I got to wear what I wanted to wear, right? It made me this person, and it brought me so up. But continuing into the relationship, the more I got involved in social media, the more numbers came, the more supporters that started to know who ZODY was, or who Cody Orlove was, or who Zoe Laverne was. The more toxic, not myself got, but the more my relationship was toxic, the more everything was toxic. I just wish things were different. And I wish social media didn't have to be this toxic place. Social media was supposed to be my safe place. Social media just destroyed us. And I'm not letting it anymore.
I never thought the day would come where I would feel alone being surrounded by 13 million people. A place where I used to call home has now become my nightmare. It's like no matter what I do, I can't escape. But this dream doesn't end because it's my life and this is my story.
So I started social media in 2016. I was 15. I was still in middle school. I started posting on the app called Musical.ly because everybody at school was talking about it because it was a new, exciting app that everybody enjoyed. I started posting, myself. I did makeup, which I wasn't very good at, but I still did my makeup, and that was the only time I would do my makeup was to do Musical.ly. And the reason why I even started social media and why I got so addicted to it was because at school I was always, put down about it. Everybody would always, put me down. They would call me cringy and call me names because I did it, but it was the big talk at my school. And then when I joined it, it was oh, here comes the Musical.ly star. They just made fun of me. But the reason why I did it was because I felt like I could be myself, but I couldn't be myself in school because I just got judged. I started to grow a following, and the people that would follow me would always comment such nice, positive things under my posts and call me pretty. And that was something that I never really got in school. And it made me happy because I felt like somebody actually was listening to me and somebody was actually caring about me. My parents they didn't really like know exactly what Musical.ly was. Like they weren't really into it at the time. They were just like, oh, okay, she's posting on this app. But once I started gaining a following, they were like, wow, like they were really proud of me. My mom was just always worried about like social media before I even got big on it. She was always worried about like the bad things of it. So she would help monitor my account and pay attention to what I was posting. During Musical.ly time, I have always had such like a goofy personality to where like I would always like be funny. Like I would just try to make people laugh because, you know, like nobody else would laugh at anything I did. So all the videos that I would post were just funny and like goofy. And I would just like do stupid things because, you know, it made me happy and it was something that I could do. There was this one time where I would like literally put like the sleeves of a sweatshirt and put my feet through it and like put the like hoodie over my head so I wouldn't have like the arms, and I would like walk around like a chicken and like in a cabinet. And like people would laugh at that stuff, like it was funny, like it was something that people like liked and it was entertaining to the people that followed me. But if I posted that now, it would just be like, what a freak, like what is she doing, like clown, like just calling me all these names just for being myself. People would play my videos and laugh at me. I would be sitting in class and I would hear the video of me on Musical.ly playing, and they would just be laughing in the corner and like staring at me. And it made me really uncomfortable, and it made me feel like I wasn't ever going to be somebody, because they would tell me every day that like you're not worth anything, like you're not going to be somebody, like you're never going to be on top. And when I was in school, like Musical.ly was like the only way that I could, you know, be myself, and like I didn't have to worry about getting bullied, I didn't have to worry about getting hated on, because I had such a loving, like supportive little group of people that like loved my videos and loved watching me. And now it's just like, it's flooded with hate. Nobody cares. They tell me I'm not worth it. They tell me I'm a clown. They tell me that I'm ugly. Like they just say all these horrible, mean things to me. And to be honest, it hurts. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, they don't know me as a person. So I try not to let it get to me. The more love that I got, the more I could be myself, because it was just safe. I felt so safe. I felt like nothing could harm me. But the more hate that I got made me realize, like, it made things run through my mind, like I need to change. Like I need to change this, I need to act like this, I need to be like this in order for them to like me. Because I just have a really strong, independent heart, and when somebody doesn't like me, it hurts. The hate made me think that like, oh, I can't post this because people will call me weird. I can't do this because people won't like me. I have to make myself look mature and put together so people will like me. That was the whole mindset that I had and that I still have to this day. And I miss how I used to act. I miss being able to be myself on social media, but I can't be myself on social media because I'll just get judged and hurt. And I don't like reading the comments. I don't want to read a negative comment, because the heart that I have tells me that like, how can you sit behind a screen and call somebody those names? How can you put somebody down that you don't even know? Like it hurts, and it can cause somebody's head to just like overthink, and it can cause us not to sleep at night because we're so worried about who likes us and who doesn't. People don't understand that when people say something rude to others, people can harm themselves over that stuff. Like people don't understand the pain and the suffering that they cause when they write a comment. You know, like social media was so good. Like I was a happy teenager. Like I had a whole life. Even though I was getting bullied at school, I still put this smile on for my audience on the internet. Like I still wanted people to make sure or to think that I was okay, because I didn't want to make them sad. So I would put on this face and I would smile, and then I would I would upload it, and everybody would be like, well, like you always look so happy. But in reality, like I'm not always happy. Nobody's always happy. There's always going to be something bothering you. There's always going to be someone putting you down, or something's going to be hurting you. Like it's never going to be perfect. Your life it's always going to revolve around somebody not liking you or somebody hating you. But the amount of hate that I get on a daily basis is over the top. Like it's overboard. Like it is so unnecessary to sit behind a screen and talk and state these facts that they find on the internet in my comment section that aren't even true, and bringing them to my head and making me think, oh, like did I actually say that when I didn't? Did I actually do that when I didn't do it? Because they make me feel bad. And I wish people would realize that, like, you know, you only live once. Like, why be negative? Like, you know, God forgives and forgets. Like, why can't everybody else? And obviously everybody makes mistakes. We all do things that we don't mean. We all say things we don't mean. But people don't realize that, like, I have almost 6 million people watching me every single day. And what they don't realize is that I'm not just this, like, robot. Like, I'm not just a plastic Barbie doll. Like, I'm not just fake. Like, I'm a real human. And, like, what they say hurts and affects me. And it's always gonna hurt. Like, even if I don't let it hurt, which sometimes, you know, like, whatever, like, she says this about me, I don't care. It's not true. But, like, when they call me those nasty names, yeah, it's gonna hurt. But am I gonna, like, keep replaying in the back of my head? No. I'm gonna move on, because those people don't actually know me as a person. Therefore, they can't really put an opinion on me.
Good morning, everyone. Me and Zoe are here, and we are getting ready to upload the second episode. You guys just watched me and Zoe talk for about 20 minutes. And I know it was a lot. It's a lot of information, especially my part. I was just going at it. And there was no trying for me. It was just coming out, and it was coming so natural where I just couldn't stop talking about it. And it took me so hard to get to that place, because every single time I just never can film. It's just, this stuff is so hard to talk about because it's the real me. I said things in my part that was never supposed to come out of my mouth on social media, because I was always afraid to get hated on when I would say this type of things. But I'm being real, and these are my real life problems, and this is my real personality and exactly how I feel. Like, I'm not just gonna put on an act anymore, you know? If I look like this, I look like this. If Zoe looks like this, she looks like this. But she looks beautiful anyway. Unless there's a change, I'm just over it. I don't like this situation. This is beyond me and Zoe's relationship. This is between us and the viewer and you guys. And it's time for me and Zoe to heal.